Have you ever stopped to think about how everyday things we see all the time might actually hold, well, some pretty amazing secrets?
Yeah. Things we just take for granted.
Exactly. We use them, maybe don't give them a second thought. But today, we're doing a deep dive. And our subject is probably in your kitchen right now. It's turmeric.
Ah, the golden spice.
Yes, that vibrant golden spice. You know, the one you associate with curry powder. But honestly, for centuries, way before it became a staple in modern kitchens, turmeric was valued for so much more than just flavor.
Absolutely. It has this incredibly rich history, deeply rooted in ancient medicine. Think Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine. They've used it for millennia.
Right. And the really fascinating part is that it holds this treasure trove of health benefits that modern science is only now really starting to systematically unpack and understand properly.
It's where ancient wisdom meets modern validation, isn't it?
It really is. So, our mission today, for you listening, is to give you a genuine shortcut. We want to get past the basics and really explore why this humble spice is getting so much attention in health circles way beyond just cooking. We're aiming to uncover some genuinely unexpected advantages, look at its potential to really enhance your overall well-being in ways you might not even think about, hopefully give you some real aha moments.
And practical knowledge, too.
Exactly, practical knowledge, but without that feeling of information overload, you know? We want you to see turmeric in a completely new and, frankly, quite captivating light by the end of this.
And to guide us through this, we've really dug into a comprehensive set of sources. We're not just talking about blog posts here.
No, definitely not.
We're looking at significant peer-reviewed research, studies that are genuinely starting to reveal these unexpected and often profound advantages of turmeric.
Okay.
Our sources cover a lot of ground, from the fundamental biology, like what's happening at a cellular level, all the way to its influence on, say, brain function, which is fascinating, its role in gut health, easing joint issues, and even potential benefits for your heart.
Wow, okay. So a broad scope.
A very broad scope. And what's really compelling, as you said, is seeing how this long-held traditional knowledge is being systematically backed up by rigorous scientific investigation. It's revealing this whole array of therapeutic properties.
It sounds like it has a truly holistic potential then.
That's a great way to put it. Holistic.
Okay, let's get into it then. Let's really unpack this golden powerhouse. When we talk about all these amazing health benefits of turmeric, the conversation really almost immediately focuses on one specific compound inside it.
Yes, the main player.
Absolutely the star player. It's the active ingredient that's responsible for both that distinctive, beautiful golden yellow color and its powerful health properties. We're talking, of course, about curcumin.
Curcumin, that's the key.
Think of it like this. If turmeric is the car, curcumin is the engine, right? It's the driving force behind all these effects that scientists are getting so excited about.
So while turmeric itself, the spice, you can sprinkle it on food, get some general benefit, it's really curcumin that the scientific community is laser focused on. That's where the intensive research is happening. They're looking at its specific molecular actions, trying to understand precisely how it might combat various conditions. It's about targeted effects, not just the whole spice.
That distinction feels really important.
It is. And what's genuinely fascinating here, and this is a really critical point for anyone wanting to actually use turmeric effectively, is that while curcumin is incredibly potent, its bioavailability can be a bit tricky.
Bioavailability?
Yeah.
So how well our body can actually absorb and use it.
Exactly. How much of it actually gets into your system and reaches the cells where it needs to work. On its own, curcumin isn't absorbed that readily into the bloodstream.
Okay, so that could be a problem if you're just eating turmeric straight.
It could limit the benefits, yes. But, and this is crucial, highlighted across our sources, there's a well-established way to significantly boost its absorption. Ancient wisdom might have stumbled upon it, but science has confirmed it.
And that is?
Black pepper. Consuming curcumin alongside black pepper dramatically enhances its bioavailability. We're talking potentially huge increases. Some studies suggest up to 2,000%.
2,000%. Wow. That's not just a little boost.
Not at all. It's a game changer for practical application. It makes a massive difference in how much of that beneficial curcumin your body can actually put to work.
Okay, so why does that matter so much? Why is absorption the key?
Well, think about it. You can have the most powerful compound in the world, but if your body can't absorb it effectively, if only a tiny fraction gets into your bloodstream,
That's not going to do much good.
precisely,
Yeah.
its potential remains unrealized. That's why this synergy with black pepper is so vital. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine.
Piperine, okay.
Piperine works in a couple of ways. It inhibits certain enzymes, particularly in the liver and the gut wall, that would normally break down curcumin very quickly and get rid of it.
So it stops the body from clearing it out too fast.
Exactly. It also seems to enhance the transport of curcumin across the intestinal barrier into the bloodstream, so more gets in and it stays around longer.
That's incredible. It really highlights how things in nature work together, doesn't it?
It's a perfect example of synergy. Things working better in combination than they do alone. So for you, the listener, if you're thinking about using turmeric for its health benefits, understanding this interaction isn't just a minor detail.
It's fundamental.
Absolutely fundamental. It's key to unlocking its potential. It's not just taking turmeric, it's taking it smartly.
Right. Turmeric plus black pepper.
Got it. Okay, so we know curcumin is the star, and piperine from black pepper is its essential sidekick for absorption. Now, what does curcumin actually do once it gets into our system at that cellular level? This is where it gets really interesting. Curcumin operates through multiple mechanisms, often described as dual action, meaning it works in at least two really powerful interconnected ways.
Okay, let's break those down. What's the first one?
The first is its power as an antioxidant.
Antioxidant. We hear that term a lot. What does it actually mean in this context?
Okay, think about your cells like tiny factories, constantly working, running millions of chemical reactions.
Right. Incredibly busy.
And like any factory, these processes create byproducts. Some of these byproducts are unstable molecules called free radicals.
Free radicals, I've heard they're bad news.
They can be. They're highly reactive because they're missing an electron. So they try to steal an electron from other stable molecules nearby, like fats, proteins, even your DNA.
And that causes damage.
Exactly. It causes oxidative damage or oxidative stress. It's like rust forming on the cellular machinery or errors creeping into the factory's plans. Over time, this damage accumulates, contributing to aging and many chronic diseases.
Okay, so it's like cellular wear and tear accelerated.
That's a good way to put it. Now, curcumin is a potent antioxidant because its chemical structure allows it to neutralize these free radicals very effectively.
Yeah.
It can donate an electron to stabilize them without becoming unstable itself.
So it basically mops up these damaging molecules.
It does. It acts like a scavenger. But what's particularly interesting, according to our sources, is that curcumin doesn't just scavenge existing free radicals. It also seems to boost the body's own internal antioxidant defense systems.
How does it do that?
It can upregulate the activity of our own powerful antioxidant enzymes, things like superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione peroxidase. These are enzymes your body makes naturally to protect itself.
So it's not just putting out the fire, it's helping build a better fire extinguisher system inside the cells.
Precisely. It enhances your body's innate resilience against oxidative stress. So by doing both neutralizing free radicals directly and bolstering your own defenses, curcumin offers significant protection against cellular damage.
And that protection could logically reduce the risk of chronic diseases linked to that damage, like heart disease or neurodegenerative conditions.
That's the connection researchers are actively exploring, yes.
Yeah.
Preventing that fundamental oxidative damage could have wide-ranging preventative effects. It's like having a proactive maintenance crew for your cells.
That's a powerful image. Okay, so antioxidant action is number one. What's the second major mechanism?
The second, and this is perhaps even more widely studied and recognized, is curcumin's significant anti-inflammatory effects.
Anti-inflammatory. Another huge buzzword in health.
And for good reason. Now, it's crucial to understand that inflammation itself isn't always bad. Acute inflammation, like when you get a cut or fight off an infection, is a vital protective response from your immune system.
It's your body healing itself.
Exactly. It's a necessary short-term alarm. The problem arises with chronic, low-grade inflammation. This is when that alarm system gets stuck in the on position, simmering away constantly, even without an obvious injury or infection.
And that chronic kind is the bad one.
That's the one science now links as a root cause or major contributor to a staggering number of modern health problems.
Like what?
Oh, the list is long. Heart disease, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, many autoimmune conditions, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, even some types of cancer. Chronic inflammation seems to be a common thread.
Wow, okay. So how does curcumin fight that kind of inflammation?
It acts as a powerful natural modulator of the inflammatory response. It doesn't just crudely suppress everything. It works at the molecular level to interfere with specific inflammatory pathways.
How specifically?
Our sources show it can inhibit the activity of key inflammatory molecules and enzymes, like COX2 and LOX, which are targets for many anti-inflammatory drugs. But importantly, it also targets a master switch for inflammation called NF-kappa B.
NF-kappa B?
Nuclear factor kappa B. It's a protein complex that basically controls the genes involved in launching and sustaining an inflammatory response. By inhibiting NF-kappa B, curcumin can effectively turn down the volume on that chronic inflammation throughout the body.
So it gets right to the control panel, essentially.
That's a good analogy. It helps dial down that persistent, damaging inflammatory signaling. And this translates directly into benefits like alleviating pain and swelling.
Where is that particularly noticeable?
Our sources point strongly towards conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. In these conditions, chronic inflammation in the joints causes significant pain, stiffness, and eventually joint damage.
Makes sense.
Curcumin's ability to dampen those inflammatory processes can lead to real improvements. Less pain, better joint function, sometimes allowing people to reduce their reliance on conventional painkillers, which often come with side effects.
That's a huge benefit for quality of life. Any other examples?
Yes, there's also promising research in inflammatory bowel diseases, like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, where the gut lining is chronically inflamed. Curcumin may offer a natural way to help soothe that inflammation.
It's really quite remarkable how one compound can address such a fundamental issue like inflammation, which seems to underpin so many different health problems.
It truly is. And it raises that interesting question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How can we better utilize these natural compounds, understood for centuries and now validated by science, to support our body's own healing and rebalancing mechanisms?
Absolutely. It's a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern application. Now, building on that, this is where things get, I think, particularly exciting for many of us, the connection to the brain.
Yes, the cognitive aspects.
Beyond the general benefits for inflammation and cell health, there's this growing body of research suggesting curcumin could play a really significant role in brain health and cognitive function.
It's a very active area of study.
So it's not just about physical health, but potentially how we think, remember, maybe even how we feel.
Potentially, yes. And those same core mechanisms we just discussed, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory actions, are key players here too, but specifically within the brain.
Why is the brain so susceptible?
The brain is incredibly metabolically active. It uses a huge amount of energy and oxygen, which naturally produces more free radicals. It's also rich in fats, which are vulnerable to oxidative damage. So chronic inflammation and oxidative stress are major threats to brain health.
And linked to cognitive decline and diseases like Alzheimer's.
Strongly linked, yes. So by protecting those delicate brain cells, the neurons, from that kind of damage, curcumin could theoretically help maintain better cognitive performance and perhaps build resilience against age-related decline.
It's like giving the brain's hardware some extra protection.
Exactly. But there's more. What's really sparked a lot of excitement is the research linking curcumin to BDNF.
BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
That's the one. It sounds technical, but BDNF is absolutely crucial. Think of it as a growth hormone or a master architect for your brain cells.
Okay, what does it do?
It promotes the survival, growth, and differentiation of neurons. It helps create new neurons, neurogenesis, which we now know happens throughout life, especially in memory centers like the hippocampus.
Wow, so it helps build and maintain brain structure.
Yes, and crucially, it's vital for synaptic plasticity. That's the brain's ability to form new connections between neurons and strengthen existing ones. It's the fundamental basis of learning and memory.
So if curcumin can increase BDNF levels,
then it's not just passively protecting brain cells, it might be actively supporting the brain's infrastructure, its ability to grow, adapt, and repair itself.
that shifts the perspective from just preventing decline to potentially enhancing function.
Precisely. This potential to support neuronal survival, growth, and connectivity could be profoundly important for long-term brain health and cognitive vitality. It opens up fascinating possibilities for supporting mental sharpness as we age.
That is truly remarkable, a spice potentially helping our brains not just defend, but maybe even thrive. And you mentioned specific cognitive enhancements.
Yes, the research hints at a few specific areas. Memory, for one.
How might it help memory?
By reducing that brain inflammation and oxidative stress we talked about, it creates a healthier environment for memory processes to work efficiently. Think of inflammation as brain fog, or static curcumin might help clear that static.
Making it easier to access and store information?
That's the idea, leading to potentially sharper recall and better learning. Not just facts, but that fluidity of thought.
Okay, memory's huge. What else?
Mood enhancement is another promising area.
Really? How so?
Some studies suggest curcumin might help alleviate symptoms of depression and anxiety. The proposed mechanism involves influencing neurotransmitters.
Like serotonin and dopamine.
Exactly, those key feel-good chemicals that regulate mood, motivation, pleasure. If curcumin can help balance or even potentially increase levels of these neurotransmitters,
It could lead to a more stable, positive emotional state.
that's the hypothesis being tested, helping buffer against stress, promoting a greater sense of calm. When you connect these potential benefits to everyday life, sharper memory for work or daily tasks, maybe a more resilient emotional outlook when dealing with life stresses. It's about supporting the brain in ways that genuinely impact your quality of life day to day.
That's incredibly compelling. Okay, let's shift gears a bit, but stay with this idea of holistic health. Let's talk about the gut.
The gut, increasingly recognized as central to overall health.
Absolutely. And you mentioned turmeric has a long history here, too.
A very long history in traditional medicine for soothing the digestive system and promoting gut health. And modern science is starting to understand why.
So how does it help our digestive system?
Well, first, back to our friend inflammation. That anti-inflammatory action is critical in the gut. The gut lining is a very thin barrier, constantly exposed to things from our diet and environment.
Potential irritants.
Exactly. Chronic inflammation there can lead to all sorts of discomfort in digestion, bloating, gas, and contribute to conditions like IBS or IBD.
So curcumin helps calm that lining down.
By reducing inflammation directly in the gut lining, yes, it can significantly alleviate those uncomfortable symptoms, making digestion feel smoother.
Okay, that makes sense. What else?
Secondly, and this is fascinating, turmeric seems to influence the gut microbiome.
Our gut bacteria.
The trillions of microbes living in our gut, yes. A healthy, balanced microbiome is essential for digestion, nutrient absorption, immune function, even mood.
How does turmeric affect them?
Research suggests compounds in turmeric, including curcumin, might act as prebiotics food for beneficial bacteria. It might also have some antimicrobial properties that could help keep less desirable bacteria in check.
So it helps foster a healthier balance in that gut ecosystem.
That appears to be the case, promoting diversity and the right kinds of microbes, which is crucial for gut barrier integrity and overall digestive efficiency.
Interesting. Is there a third mechanism for gut health?
Yes, aiding digestion directly by stimulating bile production.
Bile. From the liver and gallbladder.
Correct. Bile is essential for breaking down dietary fats into smaller particles so our enzymes can digest them properly. It's also crucial for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K.
And presumably for absorbing curcumin itself, since it's fat-soluble?
Good point, yes. By promoting bile flow, turmeric helps with fat digestion and the absorption of essential fat-soluble nutrients, potentially including itself.
So it's reducing inflammation, balancing bacteria, and helping with fat digestion and nutrient absorption. That's quite comprehensive support for the gut.
It really paints a picture of how it supports the entire digestive process, laying that foundation for overall wellness.
It really does. Okay, from the gut, let's move to another really common issue. Joints. Aches, pains, stiffness affects so many people.
A huge issue, impacting mobility and quality of life dramatically.
And turmeric's anti-inflammatory power is front and center here again, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's one of those most well-researched benefits for joint health. Curcumin specifically targets those inflammatory pathways within the joint tissues.
So it gets right to the source of the swelling and pain in conditions like arthritis.
Exactly. It helps modulate the inflammatory cascade in the synovial fluid and cartilage, reducing that swelling, warmth, and tenderness.
Calming the fire in the joint, so to speak.
Precisely. And the direct result of reducing that inflammation is, naturally, an easing of pain.
Less inflammation, less pressure on nerves, less pain.
Correct. And when you reduce both the inflammation and the pain, what happens?
Mobility improves.
Exactly. You get greater joint mobility, more flexibility. People find they can move more freely, do daily activities with less discomfort.
That sounds incredibly valuable. How does it compare to, say, standard pain relievers?
What's really noteworthy and detailed in several studies within our sources is that standardized curcumin extracts have shown effectiveness comparable to some NSAIDs like ibuprofen for managing osteoarthritis symptoms.
Comparable effectiveness, that's significant.
It is, and often it comes with a potentially better safety profile, fewer side effects, especially with long-term use, which is common for chronic joint conditions.
So it offers a potent natural alternative or complement for managing joint health.
That's certainly what the evidence suggests. It's a very promising avenue for sustainable joint care.
Okay, we've covered the brain, the gut, the joints. What about the heart? Cardiovascular health is such a major concern.
A critical area. And yes, emerging research suggests turmeric or curcumin might offer several potential benefits for heart health too.
How so? What are the mechanisms here?
Again, those foundational anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects are absolutely crucial. Chronic inflammation and oxidative stress are major drivers of cardiovascular disease.
They damage blood vessels, contribute to plaque buildup.
Precisely. Inflammation damages the endothelium, a delicate lining of blood vessels, making them dysfunctional and prone to atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaques. Oxidative stress also harms blood vessels and can make plaques unstable.
So curcumin, by tackling both, offers a protective effect.
That's the logic. By mitigating these two key threats, it could provide a significant layer of protection for the heart and the entire circulatory system.
Are there more specific effects on things like cholesterol?
There's evidence suggesting it might help improve cholesterol profiles, specifically helping to lower LDL, the bad cholesterol.
Which contributes to plaque.
Right. And potentially helping to raise HDL, the good cholesterol, which helps clear excess cholesterol away. Maintaining that healthy balance is key.
Okay, cholesterol balance is important. Anything else for the cardiovascular system?
Yes, some research suggests curcumin may help protect the blood vessels themselves more directly. It might improve endothelial function, enhance the availability of nitric oxide, which helps blood vessels relax and improves blood flow.
So keeping the arteries flexible and working properly.
Essentially, yes. Maintaining healthy elastic blood vessels allows blood to circulate smoothly and efficiently. It's quite a multi-pronged potential benefit for cardiovascular wellness.
It sounds very promising. But is the evidence as strong here as, say, for inflammation or joint pain?
That's a really important nuance to bring in. While the preclinical studies and some early human trials are very exciting, we definitely need more large-scale, long-term human clinical trials to fully confirm the extent of these benefits for heart disease prevention or treatment.
So cautious optimism.
Exactly, cautious optimism. The current evidence strongly suggests that incorporating turmeric into an already heart-healthy lifestyle, good diet, exercise, stress management could offer additional complementary support.
It's not a magic bullet, but a potentially valuable part of a bigger picture.
Perfectly put. And it brings up that important question again. How do we responsibly integrate promising but still evolving research into our daily health practices, especially for something as vital as heart health?
It requires being informed, understanding the science isn't always black and white, and making thoughtful choices.
Absolutely. Prudent integration.
Okay, that's a critical point.
Yeah.
Which leads us nicely into the practical side. We've talked about all these amazing potential benefits, but how do people actually get more turmeric into their lives beyond, the occasional curry?
Right, making it a regular habit.
Because it sounds like consistency is probably key here, and maybe just curry night isn't enough. But we want to assure you it's actually much easier and more versatile than you might think.
There are some really simple and delicious ways.
Our sources had some great examples. Let's start with one that's become quite popular, golden milk.
Ah, yes, the turmeric latte.
Exactly. Describe that for us.
It's basically a warm, really comforting drink. You typically use turmeric powder, mix it with milk dairy, or a non-dairy alternative like almond, coconut, oat milk.
Okay.
Then add a touch of sweetener if you like honey, maple syrup, and often other warming spices like ginger, cinnamon, and crucially,
Black pepper.
a pinch of black pepper for that absorption boost. It's lovely before bed, really soothing.
That sounds delicious and like a nice ritual. What about something quicker, maybe for the morning?
Smoothies are perfect. Just add a pinch, maybe start with a quarter or half teaspoon of turmeric powder to your regular morning smoothie.
Does it affect the taste much?
It adds a subtle earthy note, but usually blends really well with fruits, greens, protein powder. It also gives it that beautiful golden color. Super easy way to get it in daily.
Okay, golden milk, smoothies. What about with meals?
Roasted vegetables. This is one of my favorites.
Oh, tell me more.
Just sprinkle turmeric generously over vegetables before you roast them. Think potatoes, sweet potatoes, cauliflower, carrots, Brussels sprouts.
Pretty much anything.
Pretty much anything that roasts well. Toss them with a bit of oil, olive oil, avocado oil, sprinkle on the turmeric, salt, and definitely some black pepper.
Ah, oil and pepper again for absorption.
Exactly. The oil helps too, since curcumin is fat soluble. It adds a wonderful warm flavor and color, plus all those health benefits baked right in.
Those are genuinely easy and appealing ways. It shows you don't have to completely change your diet.
Not at all. Just a little creativity.
Yeah.
Sprinkle it into soups, stews, salad dressings, egg scrambles. It's surprisingly versatile once you start experimenting. Makes it enjoyable, not a chore.
Right, so it becomes an effortless, flavorful addition.
And just to quickly recap, to really maximize all those wide-ranging benefits we've discussed, that single most crucial takeaway is...
Combine turmeric with black pepper. Every time.
Yeah, it's the one. For enhanced absorption. It's the key to unlocking curcumin's power. And when you think about that power-boosting brain health, supporting mood, soothing the gut, easing joints, potentially helping the heart.
Yeah.
It really underscores how this one compound from nature can have such a profound, multi-system impact on our overall well-being. It's quite remarkable.
It really is. What an incredible deep dive this has been. We started with, just a common kitchen spice, turmeric.
Something familiar.
And we've peeled back the layers to find this extraordinary compound, curcumin, driving so many unexpected benefits. We've seen how its core antioxidant and anti-inflammatory actions aren't just vague health perks, they're targeted cellular protectors.
Reaching into almost every system.
Right. From potentially boosting brain function via BDNF and neurotransmitters to calming the digestive system and nurturing the gut microbiome, to offering real relief for joint pain and improving mobility, and even showing promise for cardiovascular wellness.
It's truly multifaceted.
It is, far more than just a spice. It feels like an accessible tool for supporting systemic health in a really fundamental way.
Which brings us beautifully to a final thought, perhaps something provocative for you, the listener, to ponder.
Okay, leave us with something to think about.
Well, when you consider the sheer depth of history behind turmeric in traditional medicine, thousands of years of use and observation.
Passed down through generations.
Exactly. And then you see modern science, with its advanced tools, increasingly validating these ancient uses and uncovering the mechanisms. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wonder what?
What other everyday natural things plants in our garden, traditional foods, remedies documented in ancient texts that science is maybe just starting to look at seriously, might hold similar profound secrets for our health and longevity? Secrets that are still unfolding.
That's a fascinating question. The potential hidden in plain sight.
Think about that interplay. Traditional wisdom providing the clues, modern science providing the validation and understanding. How could that synergy inspire us to look at the natural world and maybe even our own cultural heritage with fresh eyes?
With a renewed curiosity for the potential that might be there.
Precisely. A deeper appreciation for potentially powerful resources that we might be overlooking, and a desire to integrate that knowledge thoughtfully and respectfully into our modern lives. It's a compelling avenue for future exploration, wouldn't you agree?